A 7-year legal battle that's been to the Supreme Court and back finally appears to be over. Accused drug kingpin Antoine Jones, who has been representing himself, today accepted a plea deal that brought a kind of a compliment from the judge. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Sam Ford has a story from outside the D.C. court. Sam.
If federal prosecutors had won at trial, Jones would have been sentenced to prison for the rest of his life. But after 3 trials and still no conviction, the U.S. attorney essentially said 7 more years, and Jones took it. That was better than the previous offer of 7 to 14 more years, which Jones said for a number of reasons he did not accept. In an interview from D.C. jail last month, Antoine Jones told us he'd refused to cop a plea in part because he didn't like the way prosecutors talked to him.
I was upset. I said, I'm tired of this. I don't want to take a cop. And I kind of went off and told him, let's go to war. And that's what happened. We went to war.
And Jones, representing himself with a 12th grade education, fought the government to a 6-6 hung jury. But today, with a sweeter plea deal, he pleaded guilty to cocaine conspiracy and agreed to forfeit $1 million cash seized in raids.
For Mr. Jones, that's a very good deal.
His friends who came to court applauded his decision.
It's a good thing for his family and friends because we'll get to see him again.
Before his 2005 arrest, Jones owned 2 D.C. nightclubs. But after police linked him to a drug stash house in Fort Washington with a GPS on his car without a warrant, a jury convicted Jones. Then the U.S. Supreme Court overturned the conviction as illegal. In his 3rd trial, Jones, still in jail, represented himself and didn't relish an upcoming 4th trial.
I didn't have anybody, when she say write a motion, I had to go up there by lunchtime and write a motion. When she say do something, she like, yeah, you want to be a lawyer? Do this.
She is Judge Ellen Huvel, who in accepting Jones's plea today said some of the jurors thought you ought to have been a lawyer. Some of them thought you wasted your talents. U.S. Attorney Ron Machen said today that Jones finally acknowledged what the government has known for a long time, which is that he bought dozens of kilos of cocaine from Mexicans and distributed the drugs on the streets of D.C. and Maryland. Jones is 53 years old. After 7 years, he will face 5 years probation and 200 hours of community service. Reporting from U.S. District Court, Sam Ford, ABC 7 News.